Welcome to What About 505. Lately, we are witnessing a trend in both mixed martial arts and boxing of fighters competing outside of their domain. We don't know how this started, whether it was from the athletes themselves who were curious about how their skills could be exploited to their advantage in the other discipline, or rather it was the result of the fans' curiosity wanting to know how their favorite fighter could defeat another fighter on their own territory. Regardless of how it started, we now have the crossover of boxers to mixed martial arts and vice versa. It is something relatively new and causes great excitement among fans of both disciplines and bring big money to the fighters involved. Some examples of notable transitions are, from boxing to MMA, Claressa Shields, the two-time Olympic gold medalist and multiple division boxing champion, has made a successful transition to MMA, signing with the Professional Fighters League. Shield has shown promise with her striking skills, though she continues to develop her grappling and overall MMA game. From MMA to boxing, we have Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight champion, making headlines. Some says that Francis Ngannou's crossover fight against Tyson Fury on October 28, 2023 was the most successful crossover from MMA to boxing by an MMA fighter. What is wrong with this? Francis retired from the UFC with a record of 17 wins and 3 losses, with 12 knockouts of those 17 wins. Now, the Predator has a boxing record of 2 losses out of the 2 fights he had had. His first fight against Fury, Ngannou was able to knock down Fury in the 3rd round, but still Fury took the victory with a split decision. And when he faced Anthony Joshua, Joshua won by TKO on the 2nd round. We understand they are transferable skills between boxing and MMA, but it is easier said than done. It's hard to say which transition is harder. A boxer to MMA need to learn about grappling and ground game, moreover techniques like takedowns, submissions, and ground control, cardio endurance, defensive adjustments, and more. While the martial artist transition to boxing need to learn to refine their punching techniques and footwork to compete at a high level in boxing. Also the need of a different type of endurance because boxing matches can be longer. They have to adapt to the limited arsenal they have available to fight and are restricted to only using their hands. And, lastly, the ring movement and position in a boxing ring differ from MMA cage. In conclusion, the crossover between boxing and MMA present unique challenges for fighters from both disciplines. Success in transition requires significant adaptation in skills, endurance, and mental approach. And the fighters crossing over also are taking a risk only not performing at the required level, but also while they are a novelty they may attract attention and get fights, like Ngannou is doing now despite not having a win since the transition. But how good can you be in something you are coming late for? Those transitions are usually happening in the decline of their career in their respective fields. Time will tell if this is just a trend, or we are in a mental era where different combat sports fighter can have a successful career no matter the fighting conditions.